because of the controversy and there not being a local convention to establish them as delegates, which is required by law, a local convention was held and 2024 delegates were established.
All right, it's May 17th, 2024, and we're outside the state convention with Mark Olsen. Mark, can you walk us through what happened today?
Well, there's an issue that's really contentious amongst the delegation with regard to which Otter Tail County delegates should be seated. Their 2022 delegates were reinstated from last year by the party leadership, I believe by David Hahn, is my understanding. And because of the controversy and there not being a local convention to establish them as delegates, which is required by law, a local convention was held and 2024 delegates were established. Now, I'm not trying to get in the middle of that, which ones are legal, which ones aren't. There's points on various sides, some stronger than others. What I'm really trying to raise is that what is required for us to be a majority party is in Minnesota Statutes 200.02, Section 7.
And this is the major party status requirements.
This is our major party status requirement. There's other factors that we must follow, but the key factor pertinent to this matter is under subdivision 7. Major party means a political party that maintains a party organization in the state and has complied with the party's constitution and rules, is in compliance with the requirements of 2 other sections, and files with the Secretary of State no later than December 1st of each odd number year. My understanding is that has not been done, which would be a controversy. I'm not speaking to that directly. I don't know the facts of that. But my understanding that the December 1st filing was backdated and it was done fraudulently. But that's just my understanding. I want to emphasize that because I'm not trying to disparage anybody unduly. What I'm raising is that if we violate our rules and our Constitution and the state law, which we've done by seating the delegates without a convention being held, someone can file a lawsuit in this world of lawfare, the Democrats could, and we could lose our major party status. Now people think, well, they're not going to do that. But did we ever think they're going to do what they're doing to Donald Trump? And here's the point. If Donald Trump were to win in Minnesota, a lot of people in the party don't believe there's election fraud, but I can address that as well. If Donald Trump wins, like it's believed he actually won last time, and the Democrats challenge our major party status, our electors won't be able to vote to elect Donald Trump as electors in the Electoral College. I think that's too much to leave hanging out there when we have the opportunity to address it here. I raised a proper motion twice. It's called a question of privilege for the Assembly. And I more clearly stated that immediately for the Assembly the second time because the person who was acting as chair wasn't really the chair. The first time did not accept it as a matter for the Assembly. But the issues for the Assembly, and by the way, this question of privilege has highest ranking. There's only 3 other motions that are higher. One is to recess, one is to adjourn, and one is to fix the time of adjournment. But the question of privilege from Rule 19.7 is a question, as I said, raised for this whole Assembly that's pertinent to its organization or existence. This is affected by the majority party status and the conduct of its officers and employees. Our officers reinstated the 2022 delegates and did so without, when they could have, should have, had the option of ordering another convention to sort it all out. Instead, they just simply reinstated the 2022 delegates, which raises an issue of their conduct. And the reports and proceedings published from that, all a part of this rule, 19.7, is what I cited very clearly. And then it was ruled out of order. I appealed the ruling. I appealed it properly. And I was asked if we could go on from there and deal with it later. And I said, no, this must be dealt with now. And I was rolled. And that's a violation of our rules. You can disagree with whether or not the motion I was making was proper or not, and vote with the chair and against my appeal. That's all fine. But rolling me on the appeal and not getting a vote on it from the body is a violation of rules right there. So just on a violation of rules, not even considering the violation of statute and our Constitution with regard to having the convention to establish the delegates for 2024, you've got all the rules that people witnessed today that were violated. And that's what's at stake. We need to deal with this issue. We need to make a decision on it. We need to make whatever is done legal, whether it's be seating the 2022 delegates, or seating the 2024 delegates, or telling all of them to have to leave and get their house in order for next time. Whatever is done, I'm not advocating any of those in particular, because that's not my fight. I'm concerned of what we do as a party, the whole assembly, and that's why I persisted in raising this issue. I'm sorry that they're having such trouble in that area, and however we deal with it, it's going to be difficult for us, but we really do need to deal with this so that we're not leaving an open door for the Democrats to come in and nullify our electors.